Hey hustlers, Miles here. Hope you're having a great day. In today's video, we're going to talk about why you might be failing with Etsy. Let's get into it. So welcome back to Hustle Endeavor. Please like, subscribe and hit the notification bell if you like this video. If you're new here on this channel, all about hustling hard today for a better tomorrow by building profitable income streams online. And the income stream we're currently working on, hustling on at the moment, is Etsy. So let's get into the topic of the video. One of the big reasons why I see Etsy sellers and not get the results they want, it boils down to the type of businesses they've built or in the process of building. The type of business you build and the strategies you implement are going to have, big effects, both short-term and long-term, on your results and the type of revenue you make. Okay, it's like when you're building a house. If you want to think about like building Etsy, building your business on Etsy is like building a house. If we was going to build a house, we'd have to first make sure that the place we're building it is okay. The surface is all right. Then we'd have to go about building the foundation, making it's stable, secure, all of that sort of stuff. And then we'd have to put in the struts or whatever. And if we wasn't to do that, it would set us up. It would set our house up for potential failure down the road. Okay, so that's why we want to make sure that when we're building our Etsy, we've got the right goal with our Etsy store. Okay, so that we go about building it the right way. So you might be wondering why there's a massive triangle on my magic whiteboard. Okay, and I'm going to just discuss that right now. So there's really three types of businesses that I see on Etsy. Okay, now the first one is what I call a generic competitor business. Okay, this is an Etsy store that does exactly the same thing everyone else does. If you was to take this Etsy store and compare it to their closest competitors, a consumer wouldn't be able to tell the difference. Okay, and when you've built this type of business, the only tools you have to swing the odds in your favor of getting a sale is either number one, being the lowest price or offering the lowest price products, or number two, going for the what I like to call the flooding method, where you literally have to put up thousands upon thousands of products to get any sort of results. Okay, and both of those aren't really great long-term strategies. Number one, the first one to do with being the lowest price is because there's always going to be a business or a competitor that's going to be willing to accept less money than you or less profit than you. And number two, if you're going for that flooding approach, as I like to say, you're always continually going to have to keep on putting new products up. It's going to be like a continuous rat race because competitors can easily beat your products. Okay, customers have not got a reason to stay with you, so you're gonna just have to keep on pumping out more products. Okay, and when I look back on when I started my hustle endeavor, when I was at my 9-to-5, which I hated, I was struggling to build on businesses online. I was trying all different things and I wasn't having much success. And it boiled down to essentially I was creating a bunch of generic competitor businesses. Okay, it's one of the reasons why I'm not a massive fan of Merch by Amazon. A lot of people ask me, what do I think about Merch by Amazon? Do I think it's what's my thoughts on it, essentially? And most Merch by Amazon sellers are going to fall into this category because there's not really many ways to differentiate yourself. If you look at the most successful sellers on Merch by Amazon, they've got massive inventories. They've got 10-20,000 products, and they're going to continuously have to keep on pumping out new products, otherwise their results are going to decline. Okay, so when you're building your Etsy store, your goal shouldn't want to be in this category. Okay, if you want long-term success. Now, number two is what I like to call a superior competitor business. Okay, so this is where you're doing exactly what a generic competitor business would do. However, you're doing it better. For example, maybe you've got better designs, for example. So customers have got a more of a reason to choose you. Okay, now this is much better position to be in than the first one. However, if you really want to get the massive results on Etsy, you really want to build a long-term business, your goal should be to be up here, an authority business. Okay, so what is an authority business on Etsy? It's where consumers, they come to you specifically for a specific reason or benefit that is unique to your store. Okay, so if a consumer has a choice between an authority business and one of the other two levels of business, you could say, they're always going to choose, or 9 times out of 10 they're going to choose the authority business. It's like being let's say the Apple of your niche on Etsy, you could say. If I was going to buy a computer, 9 times out of 10 I'm most likely going to buy an Apple computer. So that should be your goal when building your Etsy store, to get to that point. So this isn't going to happen overnight, obviously, but if you make that your goal to become the authority in whatever you're trying to build on Etsy, you're not going to have to deal with as competitors. They're not going to be as much of an issue. You're going to be able to price your products higher, and ultimately you're going to set yourself up for a long-term business. So if you want massive results on Etsy, aim to be the authority business in what you're building. So I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you found it useful. If you are interested in building an authority business on Etsy, I recommend you check out my free masterclass. It's about an hour long. Links in the description, and as I said, it's free to attend. Again, if you like this video, please like and subscribe to the channel, and let me know in the comment section how you're getting on with your Etsy stores. Keep hustling, and I'll see you in the next one.